There are a lot of times when reviews are just really dumb. Like, have you ever looked at some reviews and just wondered why they even bothered making it? So, the first one here. Right, this is going to be our most popular type of bad review. And Mr. Pat states, I've looked at game reviews on Metacritic for many, many years. I literally just made an account to make my first review because this game deserves all the praise. These guys did something different, unique, deep, enjoyable, and all while respecting your time in this busy world. Love this, and we need more of this from the game industry. You know, and it's on a respected game, Expedition 33, right? So obviously, with this great review, really praises it. Of course, he gave it a 5 out of 10. You know, it was really good, but it just needed twice what it had, apparently. It needed to be 2 times as good as it was. Just not at all where it should have been. So, perhaps this type of review, where they just don't give the right number, not quite your forte, right? So, let's have you guess what what game this is for. Mr. A Hat in Time fan scores a 0 on this game, and he states, bad, I couldn't get through to the first boss. I couldn't even get to him, wasted like 100 hours just trying to get to the boss, and just impossible, and they say that this is an easy game. Yeah, right, why can't I beat it then? Also, I needed like 3 hours just to survive the opening scene. This game is a scam. Alright, so it must be a really hard game, right? It took him, 100 hours to get to the boss. The first boss, specifically. The opening scene took 3 hours, alright? And this guy is a fan of A Hat in Time, so, you know, maybe we're talking like Elden Ring, or Dark Souls, or Super Mario Odyssey. This is the first boss. He has 3 hats. Speedrunners beat him in like 2 minutes, and I think any kid above the age of 5 does as well. So perhaps we'll just take a look at A Hat in Time, right? Maybe A Hat in Time is just so much better than Odyssey, right? So here is a 10 out of 10 review. We'll see what all great things they have to say about it. They say, it's really immersive and fun to play alone and with friends, even if it's a bit glitchy, and it's just a really good game. I mean, that's not a lot to say on it. You know, fun to play with friends. You gave it a 10, even though it is a bit glitchy. Interesting. You know, there's not a lot to this review. I wonder, oh my goodness, it's the same guy as before. Of course he had to go and give a poor review to Odyssey, and then go and give absolute praise to A Hat in Time. I mean, it makes sense. He's a Hat in Time fan. But still, what's he doing slandering my boy Topper? Look at him. He just wants to do a little bouncy. He's built for it. Maybe we can get some better reviews, right? Here's one for Stardew Valley. It's a 5 out of 10. So let's take a read through this. Genuinely one of my favorite games. Prairie King killed some of my love for it, though. Hated playing that with a passion, and attaching trophies to it was bad. Almost as if the devs wanted to give a middle finger to people who like the game a lot and want to 100% it. Terrible, unforgiving choice, Immo. Prairie King doesn't even function well to want to play it in the first place. It is intentionally brutal / unfair in stark contrast to the difficulty of the base game. It's literally the only thing bad I have to say about *****, but it is possibly one of the most frustrating things I have ever experienced in gaming. *****, 10 out of 10. Prairie King, 0 out of 10. I don't even know what the stars would fill in, but he says it's one of his favorite games, and he gives it a 5, just because this one aspect is bad. Now look, I've played Prairie King before. You know, in Stardew Valley. It's not that bad. I mean, sure, you have to beat it without dying, which I guess is why he says it's brutal and unfair. And that you need something with trophies. But I think it functions fine. It's not that frustrating. It's fine. So please, when you say that you love the game, and it's one of your favorite things, and it's a 10 out of 10, please don't give it a 5 out of 10 because an optional aspect is bad. Okay? Don't do that. What do we have next? Metal Gear Survive. This guy gives it a 10 out of 10, saying, at least it's not Death Stranding. Thanks. Now, Metal Gear Survive was rated really low, which is kind of why I put it here. So I don't even know what Mr. Hack Fraudman. Okay. Hack Fraudman giving a controversial review saying that it's not like this other game on a really low rated game. I mean, some of the other views were talking about how you had to pay real life money for inventory slots, which, you know, pretty good reason to give a bad review for a game. So maybe I just don't know anything about Death Stranding, and this game that requires you to spend money for inventory slots, is a little better than that. So let's take a look at some of those. Joe gives it a 3, saying, very walk. Okay, he doesn't like walking. Okay, sure, what's next? Lancelot gives it a 0, saying, I play League of Legends and my highest obtained rank is Silver 4. But hey, at least I'm not playing this hard garbage star. Oof. This guy plays League of Legends over Death Stranding. Ouch. That's gotta be rough, man. Let's go back to a more refreshing note. Okay, here are 3 reviews, all giving 10 out of 10s, and I need you to guess the game. All right, these they're all on the same day. All right, March 25th, 2022, and they're all from decently similar named people. Okay, so let me read these out. I Am Cool says, Crystal Fighting Arena equals Doom but better. Moon TV equals the best AMVs. Galactic Moon Library equals better than Wikipedia. Moon Fashion Salon equals something. Magical Puzzle Room equals best music ever. This game is epic. Okay, good to know, iDonut says, I was once depressed. I then played this game, and I am no longer depressed. Really great review there if it cures depression. We'll take a moment to read this last review from Bro Moment. He says, this game is as good as the Flintstones Bedrock Bowling, if not better. This game cured my AIDS, just because it's so good. Would recommend. So now that you've had time to figure out what reviews, or what game this might be tied to, we'll reveal it right now. Where I skipped past it. There we go. It's Sailor Moon. Well, specifically, the 3D adventures. Ooh, it's even designed for Intel MMX. I don't even know what that is. And see, here's some of the stuff. It's got the magical puzzles, the fashion salon. There's the Crystal Fighting Arena. See? You know, it's got to be a 10 out of 10 game, right? Let's do it again. All right. Guess what thing this is reviewing. Wall Watcher gives this thing a 6 on April 14th, 2023, okay? And he says, visually stunning with lots of humor. The main protagonist could have used a little more character development, and the plot gets convoluted toward the end. I like the road trip feeling of the story with great music along the way, but the action got a little repetitive eventually. Alright, so it's got some good humor, right? Protagonist apparently a little lacking. Got a good road trip feeling of the story. Action's a little repetitive. But he mostly talks about the visuals and the story, right? I think he's a little harsh giving it a 6. When he talks about some of the stuff that he likes, but sure, go ahead. You know, in case you haven't gotten this game already, or this thing, I should say, already, it's pretty easy. It's just Suzume. Because Metacritic also has movie reviews. In case you didn't realize, because everybody else uses it for games. Alright, so let's take a look at some of those right now. Here's one for Demon Slayer Mugen Train from somebody called Kill Byleth. And I have spared you the full review. Now, let me just read this. They say, this review will cover not only the movie, but the whole series. Demon Slayer is an anime directed and written by Zach Aguilar and animated by Ubisoft. And it is quite satanic in a way. It is not amazing, it is not good, it is not okay, it is not bad, it is literally beyond horrible. Aguilar has developed and directed games in the past, like five, he's talking like Fire Emblem or whatever. Why are you doing this, though? You go onto a review site. You know, in case you're wondering, Byleth is voiced by Zach Aguilar, who is a voice actor who voices characters like Tanjiro in the Demon Slayer series. He's quite a good guy. I've seen him myself, you know, in person. He's a nice man. He did not do anything that is seen here. He did not direct or write the anime. He has only voice acted in it. And he did some pretty good voice acting. So, I don't know why this man is, you know, spending time out of his day just to be annoyed and write a random review on Metacritic. But hey, I'll take some enjoyment out of it, right? Let's take a look at a different store platform now. This one is for the Xbox app. Marvel Rivals, which has been popular recently. So I'll read this 1-star review saying that his teammates have 0 brain activity. Do not play TS ever. You're gonna get sucked into buying cosmetics and playing comp, and in your amazing ranked journey, you're gonna get teammates that apparently were diagnosed with some brain-eating disease that causes them to lose all motor functionality. Why am I in diamond lobbies with a Jeff going 1-23 with 675 healing, or my awesome Black Panther who is as skilled as a fetus going 0-4876? Please stay away from this game unless you're fine with destroying your setup. He got a little mad and wrote a review on it, which why? Oh, I don't care if your Black Panther goes 0-4876. I don't even know what that means. Like, you know, he's trying his best here in this diamond lobby and ranked, but also comp. He's at least still going, you know? Maybe he is also having an amazing diamond ranked journey in his diamond lobby, but he's just having a bad day. Or maybe he's going against teammates, or a team that he doesn't know how to deal with. Maybe he doesn't know how to deal with his teammates. Well, let's take a look at some other annoyed gamers. This one's from Fortnite. He's saying it fell off. NGL Fortnite buns is just not the same anymore. Okay, more Fortnite. Money grabbers. Rabers. When I tried to retrieve my account, it never worked. Ooh, sorry, King Cobra. Not good for you, huh? ... I saw a town, made my way to it, then witnessed the Battle of Stalingrad in Fortnite. Alright, sir. Apparently he really liked that with 5 stars. Darth Jar Jar from Bucky's. You know, I'm thinking most of these Fortnite reviews are just from kids who get the option to review it on their Xbox consoles. They really shouldn't, though, because I don't think we need this in our review sections. Please keep your children away from the review section. Oh, we have more. I forgot we had more. I'm going crazy. Little Timmy's just come out of nowhere. Guess what? They build Empire State buildings for fun, and they have aimbot. This game is awesome. 1 star. So the guys come out of nowhere, build a lot better than you, and are good at aiming. And the game is often. I'm assuming this is sarcasm, because you give it a 1 star and you say you're going crazy. Sorry, man. Oh, Splitgate 2, okay. Well, we're getting off of Fortnite, finally. He says he sniped a 3-year-old and he cried, so 5 stars. It's good. I think I added this review purely to give sympathy for this 3-year-old. Don't make kids cry. Even in the Battle Royale of Splitgate 2. Don't do it, kids. You know, I don't even think a 3-year-old should be playing that. I don't think it's rated E for everyone. I think it's a T for teen game. You know, at least it's not complaining about the cosmetics, right? We can get some good things in reviews, right? And if he enjoys attacking kids in video games to make them cry, then we should probably get him off voice chat, but also good for him. Oh, here's one for Rune Factory 5. We're back on to Metacritic. Because I was just getting poor reviews with Xbox. I mean, Darth Jar Jar, really? He says, so originally I was going to quit this game and send it back to Gamefly because how horrid the FPS is, but I gave it another go, mostly playing in handheld. And theirs is actually very solid and addictive game mechanics. I myself am very picky with FPS in games, but it's not unplayable, but I do agree that this type of performance should not be acceptable in the current age of gaming. That being said, the game itself is very solid and has fun, deep systems to get lost in. Part farming sim, part dungeon crawler, with insane RPG elements, being able to upgrade and level up just about everything. It's really fun getting your own world going. Admittedly, I do hope this comes to PC so it'll have more solid frame rate, but the game is there, it's really good. Now, you might be wondering why I included this review. And quite frankly, he's totally right about the FPS and stuff. It did come to PC, I don't think that helped that much with the frame rate. But really, I just included this review because Gamefly still exists? I thought that died years ago. I never saw ads for it. But it's still going? You know, I looked it up and apparently it got bought out. Apparently it's good enough that people are still wanting to buy it. I never know. I never knew it existed. Or still existed. I thought he died like 2018 or something. So I just stopped seeing anything about it. Thought it became obsolete. Thought good for you, guy using Gamefly. That it still exists. What's next? Oh, Breath of the Wild. Okay. Goodness. The game is absolutely worse than The Witcher 3. There is no voice acting, with The Witcher even has localization. Small FPS on the Switch. Nintendo is parasitic on their old games. And someone did not like the game that you liked, then don't star those who don't like it. Stupid idiots. This game was a review for the Wii U version. So why is he mentioning the Switch? He should be mentioning the Switch version. Additionally, this game has voice acting. So I don't think this guy played the game. I think it's one of those where he got mad for whatever reason. Maybe went out to drink with some friends and they had a fight or something while they were all drunk. And then he got on his phone,
went on to Metacritic and was like, grr, whoa, this is the newly released game. It was not newly released. This is a random game. And then he wrote a scathing review for it while he was drunk. You know, something like that. Just to get a rise out of whoever. Well, I'll gladly laugh at it, you know? Like, that's the only thing these reviews are good for. You know, if he doesn't like the game, sure, go ahead, but if you're gonna write a review like this, I'm gonna laugh at it. What's next? Oh, of course, Bubsy. He's a friend of... It's from Bubsy 3D Fan. He says... I played this game since I were born and beaten it just like a cat's beat Wall Street investors, and you should play it because it's better than Mario Kart World, and it launched not on Nintendo Swap 2, but rather on Plague Station, and better than Red Balls 4 Chapter 3. Thank you, Bubsy 3D Fan. Very helpful.